Feel free to pause me if you hear my stomach growling. Like, am I supposed to be like fun when I say it?
I mean, I'm not ready, but
Okay. Clap. No.
So I was like, okay, why not?
I just feel like everything I would think of is all cliche.
This is really long.
Yeah.
One of my friends actually, they had invited me to one of the Dragon Fruit Project events while I was still in high school.
When I was a fellow with Chinese Progressive Association, the first class of API quality interns, they came in to make presentations for the youth leaders I was working with.
I was sitting down with one of my friends, his name is Julian, and I was like, Julian, I don't know what to do with my summer. You know, I really want to work in an organization that does social justice work, but I don't know if I should do it with an API organization or with an LGBTQ organization.
Here I was like a baby queer, and, and I was really excited to finally meet other older API queer mixed people.
And we're sitting there and he just looks at me and he's like, Sammy, you don't have to choose, you can do both. And I was like blown away. I was like, what do you mean I can do both? Like something exists, both API and LGBTQ, and he's like, yeah, like there's organizations for that. This was an internship I had never imagined myself doing.
It turned out to be very healing. I think the most challenging and rewarding at the same time was being so vulnerable.
I think the most rewarding part for me was building a network of community, like a family.
It kind of forced me to confront a lot of my fears. And I think that's where the healing process started.
Coming into the organization, my whole horizon expanded through learning about the LGBTQ API history.
It was rewarding because everything was so affirming. Like people loved hearing like my stories and connected with what I had to say.
API quality provided me the space and resources to do so, and I think that kind of like spearheaded what I do today and why I'm doing like the talks and videos I'm doing. It created that foundation for me to do my work. So
what's really amazing is just how not only did I learn it through interacting with the people, I definitely was able to create something or share that knowledge with the community.
I think my favorite part would be getting to learn from everyone, because we all have very different energies and very different places that we're really strong at.
API Quality Northern California actually gave me the chance to share their workshop on queer and trans API history. This feels really good, being able to share my history and, you know, my community's history to my community. The Incapia conference was just a place that was filled with other queer and trans Asian and Pacific Islander people.
for me, it was the flash mob that I totally forgot about that. So we did a.
We led a flash mob.
Yeah.
First day of Incapia.
What song was it?
It was Call Me Maybe? Yeah, Call Me Maybe.
It was when Call Me Maybe. It was like
really
Pat
popping.
and Papin.
Yeah.
So just to be around a breadth of different queer and trans API people with so many different experiences who are working all around the nation on issues that were deep to me, but also that I knew nothing about.
Through APINC, this is the first time I actually know what it means to have community and chosen family. People definitely can have a space to form the internship the way they need it to be for them, because there's a lot of leadership development and they want to know your goals and help you on your path to your leadership in the queer and trans API community.
Don't feel discouraged of what you're doing. If you feel like your heart is telling you to be part of this organization, do whatever it takes.
I'd say be active in like building relationships with people that you meet throughout the internship and also your cohorts. I think when it comes down to organizing, it's about relationship with people and really building power through that.
3 words, go for it.
Just take advantage of every opportunity that you're given.
Whether you heard about the application process or whether you were interviewed for the internship or whether you're a past intern or going to be an intern, I think just knowing that this opportunity exists means that you have a connection to a community that's really powerful.
Networking.
Abundant, resilient, uncomfortable, nurturing,
Growth.
API equality, Northern California.
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 API.
Equality!
Northern California.
API equality, Northern California, yes!